Look around you. The world feels different, doesn't it? Prices are a constant worry. The news is a roller coaster of economic predictions. You feel like something big is happening, a fundamental shift in the way money works, in the way our economies function. And you're right, but what if the biggest changes, the ones that will truly redefine your financial future, are the ones nobody is talking about openly? What if the headlines are missing the real story? Today, we pull back the curtain on the monumental economic transformation that's silently underway. This isn't just about numbers on a screen, this is about your wallet, your savings, your ability to build a secure future. And most importantly, it's about how you can navigate this new world, not with fear, but with understanding and a plan. For decades, we've operated under a certain set of economic assumptions, but those assumptions are now being challenged like never before. We're seeing a confluence of factors, things that on their own are significant, but together they're creating a perfect storm of change. Think about persistent inflation. It's not just a temporary blip. Reports from leading financial institutions like Deloitte and Vanguard paint a complex picture for 2025 and beyond. While some anticipate a gradual easing, the fight against rising prices is proving tougher and slower than expected. Deloitte's Q1 2025 forecast, for instance, highlights that even in their baseline scenario, inflationary effects from various factors, like potential tariffs, could limit the Federal Reserve's ability to ease monetary policy quickly. This means the cost of living could remain elevated, squeezing household budgets and making it harder for your money to go as far. Then there's economic growth. While some sectors show resilience, the overall outlook is one of slowing momentum. Vanguard's April 2025 outlook points to economic growth being modest, with potential downsides. They note that tax hikes, restrictive monetary policies, and a softening global environment are all weighing on demand. This isn't just an abstract concept. Slower growth can mean fewer job opportunities, stagnant wages, and a more challenging environment for new investors trying to get a foothold. And it's not just the US. We're seeing global shifts. China's economic landscape is evolving rapidly, with its own set of challenges and opportunities that ripple across the world. The interconnectedness of our economies means that what happens in one major region inevitably impacts others, including your investments and the value of your currency. But what are the unseen currents driving this? It's more than just interest rates and GDP figures. One major, often under-discussed factor is the changing nature of global trade and supply chains. The pandemic exposed vulnerabilities, and now geopolitical shifts and a push for reshoring or friendshoring are reconfiguring how goods and services move around the world. Deloitte's analysis touches on potential new tariffs and their inflationary impact. This isn't just about the price of imported goods, it's about the stability and predictability of the economic environment, which is crucial for long-term investment and financial planning. Another is the technological disruption, particularly artificial intelligence. While AI promises incredible productivity gains and new industries, as hinted in Deloitte's more optimistic scenarios, it also brings uncertainty. How will it reshape the job market? Which industries will thrive and which will become obsolete? For a beginner investor, understanding these long-term technological trends is becoming as important as understanding traditional market indicators. And let's not forget demographic shifts and changing workforce dynamics. An aging population in some developed countries, coupled with evolving work preferences, has long-term implications for productivity, healthcare costs, and pension systems, all of which indirectly affect your financial well-being and the investment landscape. So what does this all mean for you, the person trying to make ends meet, save for the future, or perhaps take your first steps into investing? Firstly, your purchasing power is under pressure. Persistent inflation, as highlighted by multiple sources, means that the money you earn today will likely buy less tomorrow. This isn't just about groceries. It affects everything from housing costs to your ability to save effectively. For beginner investors, inflation erodes the real return on your investments. A 5% return might look good, but if inflation is at 3 to 4%, your actual gain is much smaller. Secondly, job security and income growth might become less certain. Slower economic growth, as forecasted by institutions like Vanguard, can translate to a tighter job market. Companies might be slower to hire or offer raises. This makes it even more crucial to build an emergency fund and develop skills that are in demand. Thirdly, traditional investment strategies might need a rethink. The economic shifts we're discussing can lead to increased market volatility. Assets that were once considered safe might behave differently. For beginner investors, this underscores the importance of diversification and not putting all your eggs in one basket. It also means that understanding the why behind market movements is more critical than ever, rather than just chasing trends. Fourthly, the safe havens for your money are changing. With inflation a persistent concern, simply leaving cash in a low-interest savings account means you're likely losing money in real terms. This pushes people to look for alternatives. But navigating those alternatives in a shifting landscape requires knowledge and caution. Now, this might all sound daunting, and it's true, the challenges are real. But here's the crucial part that often gets lost in the noise. Every major economic shift also creates new opportunities. The key is to understand the new rules of the game and position yourself wisely. This isn't about predicting the future with a crystal ball, it's about building resilience and adaptability. For those worried about inflation, this new environment forces a more active approach to managing your finances. It's an opportunity to learn about different types of assets that have historically performed well during inflationary periods, though past performance is never a guarantee of future results. It's a chance to scrutinize your spending, identify areas where you can save, and make your money work harder for you. For beginner investors, this period of change can actually be an advantageous entry point, provided you approach it with the right mindset. Volatility can mean that quality assets become available at lower prices. More importantly, it's a powerful learning environment. By starting your investment journey during a period of transformation, you'll gain invaluable experience that will serve you for decades to come. The key is to focus on education, start small, and prioritize long-term strategies over short-term gambles. This is also a time where innovation thrives. As old systems are challenged, new solutions emerge. Think about the growth in financial technology, fintech, making investment more accessible. Think about the focus on sustainable and ESG, environmental, social, and governance investing, which is not just a trend, but a reflection of changing societal values and economic realities. These are areas ripe with potential for those who are informed and forward-thinking. The motivation here isn't to find a get-rich-quick scheme. It's to empower yourself with knowledge. The biggest shift isn't just in the economy. It's in the availability of information and the tools at your disposal. You don't need to be a Wall Street guru to understand the basics of personal finance and investing. You just need the willingness to learn and the discipline to apply that knowledge. So, what can you do? Here's a simple, actionable framework. But remember, the information provided in this video is for general informational and educational purposes only, and does not constitute financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. We are not financial advisors, and the content presented here is not a substitute for professional advice from a qualified financial advisor, planner, or other regulated professional who is aware of your individual circumstances. 1. Educate yourself continuously. The economic landscape is always changing. Commit to learning. Follow reputable financial news sources, but be wary of hype. Understand basic economic concepts. There are countless free resources, courses, and communities dedicated to financial literacy. Knowledge is your best defense and your greatest asset. 2. Build your financial foundation. Before you even think about investing, ensure your basics are covered. Create a budget. Build an emergency fund, ideally 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Pay down high-interest debt. This foundation gives you stability and options. 3. Understand your risk tolerance. Investing always involves risk. Before you invest a single dollar, understand how much risk you're comfortable taking. This will depend on your age, financial goals, and personal circumstances. Don't let anyone pressure you into investments that make you lose sleep. 4. Think long-term. For most people, especially beginner investors, wealth is built slowly and steadily, not overnight. Resist the urge to chase quick profits or react emotionally to market swings. Focus on long-term trends and consistent, disciplined investing. 5. Diversify, diversify, diversify. Don't put all your financial eggs in one basket. Spread your investments across different asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, etc., and within those classes, across different sectors and geographies. Diversification helps to mitigate risk. 6. Seek knowledge, not just hot tips. Be wary of anyone promising guaranteed high returns or secret investment strategies. True financial empowerment comes from understanding, not from blindly following advice. If something sounds too good to be true, it almost certainly is. This isn't just about surviving the economic shift, it's about thriving in it. It's about taking control of your financial destiny, armed with knowledge and a proactive mindset. The changes are significant, yes, but so is your potential to navigate them successfully. The economic tides are turning, and many are caught unaware. But you don't have to be one of them. By understanding the deep currents of change and by taking deliberate, informed action, you can protect your finances and build a more secure future, no matter what the headlines say. The power is in your hands. Start today. If you enjoy talking money, consider leaving a like and subscribe.